Hi, I'm Levannia Lildar, and this is Level Up. Today is all about the community. Let's get into it.
Nobody comes out of the womb knowing how to use Jump, or any piece of software for that matter. And so, that's the thing for a new user to know is that yes, you don't know anything about Jump, and that's perfectly okay. We all were there at some point. The people in the community are super users, and even those who are not super users, the people who are there are looking to try to help others. So the people who are responding, they're responding from a place of caring and of wanting you to be successful.
So Jeff, I understand you've been around since version 1 of Jump.
I have been around since version 1 of Jump.
And the origin of the community as well?
So it got its start actually in the SaaS communities. SaaS has a very active user community and has for many, many years. We asked for a board in the SaaS communities just for Jump, and that's where it got its start.
From my understanding of other communities out there, we offer, I think, some of the most services for not only for our users to kind of engage with one another, but actually with us as well.
So when I was learning how to script, I used the community a bit, and I'm pretty sure a user named TX Nelson taught me everything I know about JSL scripting.
Yeah, and he's one of our super users. And I think these super users seem to be on there 24/7 because they're responding all the time.
All the time?
All the time.
Do you have like
very impressive.
Okay, like seconds kind of response time?
I wouldn't be surprised. Some of them, they must be they probably monitor it more than I do.
Well, Ben is an SE. What's your use of the community? Do you have any like favorite super users?
Ooh, TX Nelson and JTHI, they're very active, and Victor Guerrier as well. They are our super users. They really know what they're talking about.
So what would be your advice for a new user who's new to Jump, just getting started? How would you recommend they use the community?
Take advantage of the resources that are there. There are the Learn Jump section of the community has our Getting Started with Jump new user welcome kit, which is a perfect way to take a couple hours and really dive into what is Jump and understand it. Once you start using it and you run into the first question, understand that, or the first thing you don't know, understand that everybody has hit that. And come and search the community or search Google and land in the community and find what maybe somebody else has already asked that question, but then don't be afraid to actually ask the question.
I myself don't ask questions a lot on the community, but I do spend a lot of time reading the responses on the community. And I've always been impressed at how it truly is a community, like how all Jump users are willing to help you.
Well, tell me, actually, I want to back up and ask you, why don't you post a question?
Why don't I post it? Well, I've never had the need to, because my questions were just always there, answered for me.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. I'm glad to hear that.
I think maybe when I was a new user, I would be afraid to post. But having spent time in the community myself and like seen all the answers and being taught by TX Nelson how to script, I think I would be happy to post and also to respond now.
To join the community,
yes,
we ask that you actually sign in, and as part of that sign-in process, you create a username. And so what we did to make that process easier is we gave you a default username. And that default username is a combination of statistical terms and animals. And so you have the option to obviously change that if you want.
I like the ones that have marmot in them.
Okay.
Marmot.
Yeah. I don't usually think of marmots as being particularly statistical, so I always like to see, marmot regression.
Yeah.
Regressive marmot.
Oh yeah, very good. Yes. I'm just picturing like a marmot trying to fit a line to a scatter plot. All right, so Ben, you're going to show us a little bit of the community. You're going to give us a tour.
So this is the Learn Jump page where I always say our new users should land and our current users just to check in. And it's going to give basic to advanced video and text guides on all of the aspects of Jump. It is the best way to get started with Jump, as it says in the title. And then the place that I spend the most time is the discussion board. So if you have any type of question about data analytics, about Jump, about scripting, this is the place to go to ask. So we've got so many people ready to answer your questions on this. I'm one of them as well. And basically you pose your question until you're happy with the answer, essentially, so people can keep contributing. You can see here we've got a few questions, and the ones marked in green are where someone's got the answer they wanted. They've got their solution and they've marked it. You can see as well, there's a few questions here where I've been trying to contribute and help our users along in their journey.
I think the discussion board is my favorite part too of the Jump community.
There is a bit of a misconception that the discussions board is like the only part of the community, but there's also user groups. And I know you've got a fairly active user group over there in England and Ireland. And we have user groups all around the world. And those user groups are not only the discussions board within the user group itself, and also the archive of all the materials that were presented at user groups. But there's also their geographic user groups, their industry user groups, and then there's the Jump Scripters Club. The Scripters Club meets virtually, and so those are great ways to make sure that you stay informed.
If you are ever missing something in Jump, or you want to add something that you think will benefit a lot of people, then go to the Jump wish list. Here you can see there's a number of ideas that have already been submitted. Maybe you want to give it a kudos to say, yes, I'd really like that. Or if it's not in there, you can add your own points as well.
The features that go into Jump, almost all of them come from an inkling of an idea that some user, somebody that was actually taking advantage of what Jump already had and said, oh, if it had this other thing, then I would be even more successful. And yes, it all goes through our product management and development teams. They look at every wish that comes in and make sure that we pay attention to as many of them as possible.
And we make an effort to do that, to kind of connect with our customers so that, again, if you ask a question, you might actually get somebody that actually wrote the code answering your question, which is...
That's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
So what if someone hasn't answered your question on the discussion board? Where would you go then?
So if you don't get an answer on that, you can always go to our support section within the community. And we've got a whole dedicated team for different aspects of Jump, be it technical, statistical, or even just administrative stuff.
Can we answer a question on the community?
Yes, of course we can. So let's have a look and see what's coming up on the discussions board. Someone asked a question about how do you do multiple y-axes on one section of a graph in Jump. So I've just given them an answer there as to where exactly and how they can find that.
But also it looks like this post might not have originally been posted in English.
Really nice feature of the community is that you can actually communicate with others. You can actually write posts in your native language, and the community will automatically translate that to whatever language you've actually set within your preference.
So what language was this originally posted in, Ben?
This was in Chinese Simplified, so you can see the original post here.
Very cool. I think it's just another example of how everyone can participate in the community regardless of where you are geographically, as long as you're a Jump user.
Hello, Levannia.
Hi.
This is Jim Nelson.
Oh, it's so lovely to meet you. You taught me everything I know about jump scripting.
Oh, I'm sure you've learned an awful lot yourself.
When we started to script, we would just we would search on Google, and your responses were always the ones that came up.
Well, I'm glad I could help. It keeps me young.
I mean, like I said, you've taught me, I think, everything I know about scripting, because it was always your response. You were always at the top. And then also, we were like, okay, it says TX Nelson, this must be the one we go with. Because like sometimes you get other people, and we started to get a preference as well.
You're making me blush.